Or I can just leave this in and make you look like a fool. Does that seem good?
No.
All right, so we just saw the Mario movie, the Super Mario Brothers movie.
We did.
And I have a lot to say. Do you have much to say?
I mean, I never have a lot to say, but...
Perfect. This is going to go great. And we're a couple of nerds. So we got to go with what I think is the elephant in the room, which is, of course, Chris Pratt.
Oh, yeah.
As Mario. And we're going to be discussing some spoilers. I mean, this movie, I think the biggest complaint that seems to be on the internet for it probably ties into this. There's really not much to spoil. I mean, I could explain the whole plot to the movie and you would probably be like, yeah, that makes sense that was the movie. But Chris Pratt, I think he actually did a good job.
Yeah, I did not think he did bad at all, honestly.
He actually didn't sound like Chris Pratt the whole movie. He actually had a little bit of a voice. There is a cameo from Charles Martinet at the very start. And that's a big thing I love about this movie is the Easter eggs. The Easter eggs are everywhere.
There's so many.
There's so many. And one of my favorite was they were at this like arcade and there's this older man and kind of in the old Mario outfit from Donkey Kong playing a game called Jumpman. Yeah. And they just watched a commercial. They just released this commercial that Mario and Luigi are starting their own plumbing business. And Mario is like, did I do a good job? Did I do a good voice here? Because in the commercial he does, it's a me, Mario. And Charles Martinet is like, you did a good job. Good job, you guys. That's my boys. You know, and so I kind of feel like Charles Martinet doing that made me feel a lot better throughout the movie watching it.
Right.
It was easier for me to be, all right, cool, this is fine. Charles Martinet himself, within the movie, gave approval of the work that Chris Pratt was about to put into the movie.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because like they literally just completely talked about that in the movie, like because people were like, well, is Chris Pratt gonna do the voice or is he not gonna do the voice? And it's kind of funny that they addressed it in the movie because they knew
they knew. And I thought that actually was really great. There's also so many other Easter eggs before we get into talking about the story or complaints or praise. There was like an R-wing at one point. You see Mario is playing on an NES playing Kid Icarus. There's actually a part near the intro. I'll see if I can find a little screenshot or a little clip of it where 1-1 is played. Like Mario and Luigi are trying to run to this job because their vehicle breaks down. Mm-hmm. And there is actually the blocks for 1-1 is in the background. Every few minutes, there's an Easter egg here, there. You'll see a Toadette on a poster in the background, even though Toadette's not really anywhere in the movie.
Honestly, a lot of the stuff that you brought up was not things that I even noticed right away. Like, I would have to watch it again just to notice everything. That's just how many that there were. Like, you will not catch everything right away. You just won't.
It's definitely a movie I want to see it again. Before I even break down my complaints about it, it's a good movie.
It is.
I wouldn't say it's great. But I also, it is really good. I want an extended cut. I feel like the pacing, I have ADHD and I kind of feel like the movie has more severe ADHD than I have.
Yeah, they were fitting a lot into a 90-minute movie. Like, because, well, the generic kids movie is 90 minutes. So this, of course, was also 90 minutes. So they had a lot of story to fit in 90 minutes. And that left a lot of not explanations for a few things. So when it comes down to the story of this, which is definitely the weakest part, Mario and Luigi start this plumbing company and they get this job and they do bad on their first day and they mess up some pipes. There's a dog trying to attack them and they go home and their mom's super proud, loves the commercial they recorded, which is part of like the main trailer that everyone saw for this movie. And I just gotta say, Mario and Luigi's dad and the rest of the family kind of mocking them for starting a plumbing company. It's like, y'all started your own business. What a bunch of losers. Like they're giving them a hard time. I feel like that made no sense to me. Yeah, I mean, of course, families can be a little harsh about things like that, but like the fact that everyone except one person had the exact same opinion.
It's like, y'all are trying to be plumbers, a very high demanding job that pays well. It's like, what a loser. Like, I don't know. That just didn't make sense to me. I felt like that was really just put there as a plot device with no thought of if that had any basis in reality. And of course, like, it's a Mario movie, reality, whatever. I'm not sure if this is a modern movie thing. I call this Morpheus syndrome, to where the characters are like, hey, we need to go to this place, and they just immediately teleport to that place. Like, we need to go to international waters, and the next scene is we need to go to the princess, and then they're like, woo, we're at the princess's castle. It's like, we need to go find Funky Kong. Oh, they're in the forest, they're in the jungle. And
right. There was one journey aspect in the whole movie, and it was whenever they were trying to get to the Jungle Kingdom. Otherwise, you don't see anything.
You don't see anything. It's just that, boop, next place, boop, next place. Or they would interrupt it. For this to be a Mario Brothers movie, Mario and Luigi are maybe together 10% of the movie.
Luigi is in a dangerous situation like for like a good 85% of the movie. Like
he's in a dangerous like 80% of the movie. He's just in danger, in trouble. And that's another Easter egg. They had like the Luigi's Mansion music playing when he's like on his own. They get separated after, so they fail the job, and it actually kind of makes the city fall apart. Mario and Luigi actually caused this problem. They fucked up the piping because of a dog messing with them while they do their job, and it breaks all these pipes, and it causes a burst in the sewers. And then they find this pipe that takes them to the Mushroom Kingdom, but the pipe takes Luigi one way and Mario another way. So like, they're separated like the whole movie, and it doesn't really explain why they go different ways, because within Mario, you go in the pipe and you go to one place.
Right.
The story is once again weak. Very, very weak, and things happen for no reason. That's the only thing that really pulls me out of it, besides all the 80s music they play randomly. It's like, we're gonna need a hero montage. Got a montage. And they could have just had more Mario music. They could have had more Donkey Kong music. But I will say, when they did use the music from the games,
whoever composed it, they did great. They really did.
They killed it. Knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. I guess back to the topic of Luigi. I'm glad that they gave him like a hero moment, at least at the very end of the movie. He got to be brave at least once.
Yeah, they did. We won't say exactly what happened, but they did give Luigi an awesome moment. The writing, when they were telling jokes, I laughed a lot. I thought they were great.
Many people were very concerned right when they heard that Illumination was going to be making this movie, because Illumination, they're very well known for like their fart jokes and their poop jokes and stuff. If you like fart jokes, you won't like this movie, because there's none. There's none. Or
I missed it. Maybe it's an Easter egg. There's a hidden fart joke.
I think Nintendo was very careful about that. I think they had a lot of say in about what was going to be happening in this movie, because they wanted it to be for children, but they also didn't want it to be childish, I guess. So
I kind of worry that they didn't give any one character enough story. Once again,
no.
If you don't already know these characters, now I'm talking about, you need to know about Donkey Kong Country. You need to at least know about Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, and you need to know the story. Even though the Mario World doesn't have too much story, there is story. You need to know the little bit of story that is there. The only time there's ever a moment of like character development kind of involves Peach talking about her finding herself in the Mushroom Kingdom and her not knowing where she came from. That to me felt like the only real story beat in the entire movie. And then it's just immediately dropped and not talked about anymore.
Right.
But even still, that was like the one moment I was like, oh, here's a reason to care about Peach. She was a little girl and she just found herself in that same pipe that Mario and Luigi, or just Mario, came through. And the toads kind of like brought her in and raised her, and they're like, we love you so much, you're going to be our princess. And I was like, wow, that actual story. And it's like halfway through the movie, if not longer, maybe 75% through the movie, I think.
I mean, yeah, she just talked about it for maybe about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And Mario didn't even ask for more information. He was just like, oh, okay, cool, bro. Like,
cool, bro. Cool story, bro. All right, let's get back to the thing at hand. Once kind of goes back to like the way it cuts into place. Mario gets through. He's like, hey, I need to find my brother Luigi. And Toad's like, okay. And so we need to go to the princess. And then they're at the princess's castle. The princess is like, we need to go to Funky Kong to get his army and get Donkey Kong. And then they're at the jungle with Funky Kong and Donkey Kong. He's like, well, we got to fight. So they fight. Because Bowser's coming to invade. Bowser's coming to invade because he loves Peach. And Bowser stole the show.
Yeah. Bowser was like the best part of the movie.
Hands down. Jack Black really did knock it out of the park.
Yes.
I love the songs. I love the sense of humor. They kind of went for the Mario RPG thing. If you don't know about Mario RPG, play it. It's one of the best games ever made. It is silly, it's fun, and it holds up. It still is a great game today. But Bowser is kind of like a big softy, but he is mean too. They properly sell him being this big fierce dude while also being like, I love Peachy, 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 loving Princess Peach. Oh, be my Peachy girl.
Bitches, 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 bitches.
Play a clip of some meme songs right here. Future self, edit this in. Or leave it. Leave this here. We'll be talking about this and just make us look both terrible.
Oh my god. Yeah. I think Jack Black literally told them, hey, listen, I gotta sing a song in this movie. I have to. And they said, because he's Jack Black.
He's Jack Black. He's gotta do it. He's gotta do it. And absolutely knocks it out of the park. I kind of feel like, oddly enough, I feel weird saying this. Charlie as Luigi, I feel like they could have found a better Luigi. I feel like he just sounded like Charlie Day to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Chris Pratt changed his voice more than Charlie Day did for Luigi. Like Chris Pratt,
that's true.
Chris Pratt sounded more like Mario than Charlie Day sounded like Luigi, and that's kind of a red flag for me. Once again, they still did great. I kind of feel like a lot of voice actors probably were not. They were picked for their names more than fitting the role. Even
right.
Oh god, a Cranky Kong. Mm-hmm. Did that voice feel right to you at all?
Not really.
I felt like that the voice for Cranky Kong just did not fit. Whenever I think of like playing Donkey Kong Country and you hear Cranky talking, you don't hear his voice, but I'm hearing an old grumpy man, kind of like that. It's like, oh, you whippersnappers.
Come here, you dried up salamanders, you fish food additives. I'll whop you. I'll squash you.
Enough with the showboating.
I would have picked a bunch of different actors myself. I would Seth Rogen as DK though. I really liked it.
Yeah.
He was kind of just himself half the time, and then half the time he was really good. But yeah, I really do feel like the best voices were Jack Black, Bowser. Was it Keegan? Who did the voice of Toad?
I believe it was Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah, Keegan. Toad was fantastic. Bowser and Toad. And the Luma. Oh. Oh my god. Can you give me a Luma impersonation? Give me.
I don't even know if I can do it, if I'm being completely honest.
Try something.
Luma has this really high-pitched like baby voice. It's a child actor or someone that's trying to sound like a child actor. But like literally the Luma, like in one scene they're like in the dungeon, you know, and the Luma's just like,
there's no hope. It's just the sweet release of death.
And everyone's like, oh.
It was so good. It was so good.
I love it.
But yeah, there's so much I love about this movie. I'm not a professional reviewer by any means.
Me neither.
I already know what score I would give this movie out of 10. What would you give it?
10. I'd give it maybe a 7 because I enjoyed it. I would definitely see it again, but there were still some flaws to it.
I was thinking more like 7.5, 8. There's a lot about it that absolutely loved. Once again, there were moments where the music was playing that I felt my eyes watering up. I would see some Easter eggs in the background and be like, oh my God, I can't believe they put that there. That's so great. And then the rest of the time I was kind of like, I have no reason to care about these moment to moment things. Or I would be like, I don't know why a person who doesn't love Mario and also loves Donkey Kong Country and also loves Mario Kart. Oh my God, the Mario Kart scene where they're building the vehicle. It's just Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
It is just the Mario Kart 8 part selector. Fantastic. But yeah, the plot itself gave me no reason to care. I just already cared about these characters, which is the only reason I enjoyed it. I am now understanding the people that gave it those rough reviews. I'm understanding why they don't like it, because if you don't already know these characters, the movie itself doesn't give you a reason to care about them.
There's not like much of a backstory there for anyone, and if you don't already know them, then why would you care about them?
There's kind of like a shoehorned in part where DK is mad at his dad, Cranky Kong. And that's where Mario bonds, because Mario's dad gives him shit about owning his own business for some reason. And Cranky's like, Donkey Kong showboats too much. And so they bond over feeling like a disappointment to their dads, but like neither of them should be. Like Donkey Kong is literally the chosen hero, leader, battle warrior of the Kongs. And Mario is a business owner. The writing, when it comes to character interactions, fantastic, hilarious, really, really good. Graphics, beautiful. Audio, sound design, masterful. But when it comes down to caring about the plot or the characters, meh. When it comes down to the voice actors, I would say half of them just don't work for me.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Like,
I think we're in agreement on this.
Yeah, like a lot of the names are definitely big names, and they just wanted big names. Like Illumination always wants big names in their movies, and like, I mean, I see why, but at the same time, it's some people that they get for voice acting should not do voice acting.
Yeah, at least not those characters. At least not those characters. But that's kind of like our breakdown / review / I don't know, whatever this is about the Mario Bros. Movie, and we hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more of this, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment so the YouTube algorithm doesn't hide this video away from everyone, and I don't have to quit making YouTube videos.
Also, make sure to stay for after credits, please.
They pull, was it a Marvel? Like you say,
basically,
you get like a little credit, you get like a little credit sequence, and then you get like a little snippet. And then you get a full credits, the actual credits, which of course the tribute to Iwata. One tear. If the popcorn didn't dry me up, if it wasn't so salty, I probably would have had more tears, but I only had the one. But yeah, after that credits, you get another credit sequence, and it's what do you think, Mario movie 2?
It definitely hints at it.
I'm honestly thinking. We're not only going to get, if you look at the sales just right now, just today, this is Sunday, Easter, happy Easter, even though you're going to see this not Easter. I think my prediction is Smash Brothers movie. Considering how this movie basically had no plot, they can make a Smash Bros. Movie work with no plot too.
Right.
Thanks for watching. I'm Tanuki Dan.
And I'm TripDraws.
And hope to see you next time. Did we even introduce you at the start?
Yes. I think so. I think you did.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool.